Okay, let's start class. After the last class, I did some exercise on linear equations. So I hope you know how to do this type of problems. But we'll continue study linear equations today. It's the second lesson, and we're done with that. Okay. This is the idea is very simple. We need more practice, and we also see different type of equations later. Okay. So let me begin with the following problem. Okay. Please stop typing in the chat window. Okay. Focus on the screen. Okay. So let me recall the basic rules. Suppose you're given equations, A equals B, right? And you want to simplify. So the process simplify, and you keep getting equivalent equations. So if you multiply the equation by a constant, k is not going to be 0, okay? Or you divide by k, it's the same, okay? So those are equivalent. Or you can add or subtract a number to both sides, okay? So those are called equations. You do not change the solutions. You just rewrite the equation and make it simpler. So for example, 2x plus 3 equals 2x plus 3 equals 4x minus 1. And to solve the problem, right, the idea is that one side only contains x, the other side is constant, only contains a constant. So there are many ways to solve the problem. So if you want to keep x on the left-hand side, you can subtract 3 from both sides, okay? Then you end up with 2x equals 4x minus 4, okay? Then you can subtract 4x from both sides, okay? And you will get negative 2x equals negative 4. Then you divide both sides by negative 2x, okay? Then you find as you solve the problem, okay? So, so you just divide by negative 2, negative 2, okay? So the left-hand side is just equal to x, the right-hand side equals 2. So that's how to do that, right? Okay. Now, for equation was fractions, okay? There are a couple ways to do. One is because this is already in the form like ax equals b. So you do both sides, you divide by a, so you get b over a. So that's a solution. Now, if we do that, view 1/3 as a constant, okay? Then x is going to be 9 over 1/3. Now, how do you simplify it? Right? We 9 over 1/3. 1/3 is a number, so 9 divided by 1/3. Okay, you both sides you divide by 1/3. So the right hand side becomes 9 over 1/3. Now, if you want to simplify it, so we 9 times 3 over 1, which is going to be 27. Okay, or you can try another way to do it. If you don't like the fractions, you both sides multiply by 3. So 3 times 1/3 of x is 3 times 9. Okay? So the left-hand side is just going to be x, the right-hand side is 27. So that's another way to do. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the following one. 5 over 3x equals 7. It's a fraction, okay, times x equals 7. Okay, now you can either get rid of the fractions, right? And you multiply both sides by 3. If you multiply both sides by 3, you get 5x equals 21. Okay, then you divide both sides by 5. So you get x equals 21 over 5. Okay, now you can also do the following. You view 5 over 3 as a one number. Okay, so x is going to be 7 over the number 5 over 3. Now how do you simplify, right? It's going to be 7 times 3 over 5. So 7 times 3 over 5 is 7 times 7 is 7 over 1, right? So 3 times 7, 21. 1 times 5 is just 5. Right? So there are two different approaches. All right, so the next problem. The next problem, you have 6 over 7 equals x over 5. Okay. And then maybe a plus 1 here. Okay. I think the best way to do it is get rid of fraction. Okay. We don't like fractions because it's number becomes more complicated. So how do you get rid of fractions? You have to get the least common, right? Least common multiple, LCM. So you have to multiply by 5 times 7 on both sides. Right? So 5 times 7, x over 7. Here's the 5 times 7, x over 5, plus 5 times 7 times 1. Right? Every term should be multiplied by 5 times 7. So 7, 7 cancel out, 5, 5 cancel out. Right? So 5x equals 7x plus 35. Right? 5 times 7 is 35. Then you move, you subtract 7x from both sides. You will get 5x minus 7x. The right hand side is 35. Right? And then you get negative 2x equals 35. X is going to be 35 divided by negative 2. You can also express it in this form. Okay. But if you want to do, if you don't want to get rid of fractions, then you have to subtract both sides by x over 5, then equals 1, right? Then you have to do the subtraction. You have to do this subtraction, all right? It's the same. So 1/7 minus 1/5. Okay, then you will get 35. 5 minus 7, x equals 1. Then negative 2 over 35, x equals 1. Then both sides and have to divide by this number. And that is going to be negative 35 over 2. So there are two different ways. I think the right hand side is a little bit more complicated than the left hand side. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you to do the following. 3 over 2x equals 5 over x minus 1. Okay, please work on it. Oh, sorry, x over 5, not 5, right? I'm stupid. X over 5, not 5. Otherwise, it's more complicated. You cannot study. You cannot solve it. What I'm saying is, it's just x over 5. It's an x over 5. Okay. Yeah, x over 5 is just 1/5 times x. Anyone have an answer? All right, I got one answer. Okay, when you look at this equation, now you can try to get rid of the denominators, right? So what you have to do is multiply by 10 on both sides. So if you multiply by 10 on both sides, you get 10 times 3 over 2x, right? And equals 10 times x over 5 minus 10 times 1, right? That's a key step. So 10 to that will be, canceled out, right? 5, so 15x. And that will be just 2x equals minus negative 10. So minus negative 10. No, just minus 10, yeah. Minus 10. Right? Then you move 2 to the left. So 2x to the left, right? So 15x minus 2x equals negative 10. And 13x equals negative 10. So x is negative 10 over 13. So Edward, there is a negative sign. Now nobody else give me the answer. Edward and Andrew, give me the answer. Okay. So you have to be careful about signs. Now let me talk about the formula. Okay. When you see, when you see like a 3x minus 5x, okay, you can say 3 minus 5. Actually, what we're doing here is 3 minus 5 times x, okay, which is going to be negative 2x. Okay, so I have to talk about formulas here. So if we have A times B plus C or minus C, that's going to be AB minus plus AC. Okay. A good example is 3 minus 4x, right? So what you do is you negative 2 times 3 would be negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 4 would be 8x. Okay, another formula is B plus minus C times A. Then it will be BA plus minus CA. Just do the multiplication like that, okay? Okay, so you use that to, we call it factoring actually, if you go this from right to the left. Okay, so if you have a 7x minus 1/3 x, right? You have xx here. So you will get 7 minus 1/3 times x. That would be 21 minus 1. That would be 20 over 3. Okay. All right, so now let's take a look at this next problem. Okay, 1/2 1 minus x equals 2x. What is the best way to do? All right, what do you get? Awesome. You double check your work. Okay, anyone else? That great, good job. Crystal, you got answer. Good. So the first step is it's better to get rid of 1/2. So you multiply both sides by 2. Okay, so you will get the left hand side, you get 1, so just 1, right? And the right hand side is going to be 4x. You multiply both sides by 2, so 2 over 2 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. So 1 minus x is 4x. Now you can add x to the both sides. Okay, if you add x to the both sides, and you will get 1 equals 5x. Okay, and then x is going to be 1 over 5. Okay, x is going to be 1 over 5. All right. So let's try next one. And suppose you have 1 minus 2, 1 minus x equals 5. Let's try and solve this equation. There are a couple ways, couple approaches, yes, several steps. The answer would be the same answer, but the approach is different. All right, let me show you. I haven't got different answers to this problem now. I don't know what happened. Okay, so that's my first approach, okay? I move, I get rid of a parenthesis first. Okay, it's 1 minus 2, right? And the negative 2 times negative x is positive 2x equals 5. Then you simplify the left-hand side is negative 1. It's 2x equals 5. Okay. Right? Then you add negative 1 to the both, negative 81 to the both sides. So you get 2x equals 5 plus 1, which is 6. Okay? So you can think about just move term to the, from left to the right, change the sign. Then you divide both sides by 2, which is 3. Now, you can also do the following way. I subtract 1 from both sides first. So 5 minus 1, which is 4, right? You can do that. Then I'm not going to multiply this out. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. Okay, I get a negative 2. So I get pretty simple equation like 1 minus x equals negative 2. Okay, then I move 1 to the right hand side. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. Okay, then I multiply both sides by negative 1, so I'm positive 2. Okay. All right, I'm going to ask you to do the next one. 1/2 of x equals 2 times 1 minus x. Yeah, please work on this. All right, so let's do this. Okay, you multiply both sides by 2, right? So you get x equals 4, 1 minus x. That's the one first bit, right? Then you multiply this out, so you get 4 minus 4x. Then you add the 4x to the both sides, you just move 4x to the left-hand side. So x plus 4x equals 4. So this side I have 5x equals 4. Then you divide both sides by 5, so you get 4 over 5. Good job. Okay. This is not another unique way to do it. It's a problem. Okay, but I think you get rid of the fraction first. We're simplifying the computation. And the two fractions, it's not easy. Okay. It's the same problem here. 3 over 2, 1 minus 2x equals 6x. Okay, so let me show you how to do it. Again, you multiply both sides by 2. So maybe I can write a note here, okay? Multiply both sides. So you get 3, 1 minus 2x, 2 times 6, don't forget it. Every term should be multiplied by 2. Okay? Then I get 3 minus 6x equals 12x. All right, I decided to keep x on the right-hand side, so I add 6x to the both sides. Okay, so I get 3 equals 12x plus 6x, which is going to be 18x. Then I divide both sides by 18. Okay, so it's 3 over 18 equals x. Then I can simplify it. 3 over 18, is going to be 1 over 6, right? The reason is 3 times 1, 3 times 6. So you get rid of 3, you get 1 over. You get 1 over. Right? So this is answer. Yeah. So you get what's going on here? Yeah, so it's going to be 12x plus 6. Sometimes it disappears. That's a number. All right. Good. So I'm going to ask you to do the next problem. And the 1/3, 1 minus 3x equals 2 minus x. Please work on this. All right, so let's multiply by 3. So you get, what do you got? And no solutions? Okay, let's try it. So you multiply by 3, you get 3 times 2 minus x, right? Then you have 1 minus 3x equals 6 minus 6x, right? 1 minus 3x on the 6. So then you see that 3x on both are the same. So you can cancel it. You add the 3x to the both sides, so 1 equals 6. And it's impossible. If it's impossible, then the answer will be no solution. So why there's no solution? Because assume there's a solution, x, some unknown, right? Satisfying the first equation on the top. After simplifying, and step by step, right? Then you should get a solution, but instead you get 1 over 6. That's contradiction. That means your assumption is wrong. You cannot. There's no such solution there. Then, right? So if you get contradiction at the end, if no computation mistakes, that indicates there's no solution. Okay. Right. So the next one, minus x minus 1 equals 1. All right, this is the most complicated equation we have to deal with, but do carefully do the computation. Okay, you should get a fraction. Remember, do not put, yeah, if you write down the solution, you try to put as many steps as possible so everybody else can understand. Okay, so I have got two different answers. Okay, Kylie, Young, double check your work. Chris, do you also get the same answer? Kylie? So, all right, let's see where you make. At least I have two different answers, at least one of them must be wrong. Right? I have another answer by Edward. So I have three different answers. Can this Chen give me four different answers? Oh my God. So please, so four different answers. This is a real problem. Can you guys double check your work? Okay, three of you must, make mistakes. Okay. All right, so let's see. Okay, you see one fraction there. So the idea is to get rid of fraction first to make it easier computation, addition, multiplication. Okay, I multiplied by 3 on both sides. I multiply by 3. Okay, so I will get negative 2x here. The second term, negative 2 times 3 would be negative 6. And that's 3. So some of you probably already see the mistakes in math. Right. So Austin says pretty sure his answer is right. And actually, let's see. Right. Then you multiply this out, right? So negative 2x minus 6x, and negative 6 times negative 1 is plus 6. Right. Now negative 2x minus 6, okay, which is going to be negative 8x plus 6 equals 3. Then you subtract 6 from both sides, you get 3 minus 6 is negative 3. Right? So now you divide both sides by negative 8. You get 3 over 8. Right? So look at your solution to see which step you make mistakes, so next time be more careful. Okay? I want to do a similar problem, so otherwise you guys still right? Will make mistakes. So negative x minus 5 over 3, okay, 1 minus 2x equals what? Let's try this, okay? I hope everybody gets the same answer, okay? The idea is to simplify the expression of this equation, simplify the equation step by step. And there's a fraction there. It's harder to do the addition multiplication for the fraction, so it's better to get rid of the fraction first. Right? Every term should be multiplied by 3. That's my hint. Andrew always does very fast. So he gave me his answer already. Andrew Zhang. Okay, you not only have to do fast, you have to do correctly every time. Okay. So now Jessica also has answer. Great. So Kelvin, Edward, Michael. Oh, Michael. Finally, I see you. Casey. Oh, Zach, give me different answers. All right, so let's see why there's a different answer. Yeah, you double check your work because the majority of people got, majority of students get 2. Okay. All right, so you multiply by 3. -2 times 3 is -6. Okay. And here's 5. 1 minus 2x equals 3. So every term multiplied by 3. 5 over 3 times 3 is 5. That's 2 times 3 is 6. Then you get rid of the fraction. Okay, so -2 times -5 times -2 is positive 10. Then you simplify 10x minus 6x is 4x. Then you add the 5 to the both sides. You just move 5 to the right hand side, get 8. Now it's clearly x should be equal to 2. Awesome, you get -2. Okay, where's negative from? Where's negative from? Okay, check your work. Okay. So majority of students got the right answer. I'm glad to see that. Okay, there are a couple students made mistakes, and you should look at your solutions. Okay, when you show all the works, show step by step. Okay, even in a scratch pad, so you can find there's a mistake. Okay. All right, the next one. Okay. The next one. 2 over 3 minus 1 minus 3x. 3 over 2, 1 minus x equals 0. Okay. Well, it's a pretty ugly equation. There are 2 fractions there. There are many ways to solve this problem. I hope you can do it as fast as possible and you should get correct answer. And then you type the answer only on the chat window. Okay, don't type anything else. Today you're doing very well. I don't see any garbage today. Okay, comments on the chat window. You can get rid of the fraction first, or you can even multiply out. The reason you can multiply out is because 3 can cancel out, 2 can cancel out. Right? So you decide which way is better. So now I have 2 good. Andrew Zhang always is very fast. Kylie, you're doing the job. Okay. So now I have 2 answers, identical answers. That's a good sign. Anyone else have an answer? Okay. All right, let me start to work on this. So you have fractions, right? Fractions. So I can get rid of fractions first. Okay. I multiply both sides by 6. Why 6? Because 6 is the least common multiple of 2 and 3. So 6 over 2, 6 over 3 is going to be 2 times 2, so it's going to be 4. Okay. 6 over 2 will be 3. 3 times 3 is 9 now. Okay. Then you multiply this out. Okay. Right? 9 times 2 is 18. So pay attention to the sign. So 4 minus 9 is negative 5. So 18 minus 12 is going to be 6. Okay. Then you add 5 to the both sides, you get this equation. Then x should be equal to 5 over 6. And this is just only one way to do. Another way to do is you don't get rid of fractions. You just multiply this out. It'll be 2 over 3 minus 2 over 3 times 3 is going to be 2. And here, 2 over 3 over 2, and then should be plus 3x equals 0. Okay? You multiply this out first. The reason you want to do it is because 2 over 3 times 2 is going to be just 3. Then negative 2x, then 2 over 3 minus 3 over 2 plus x equals 0. Then you just do the subtraction of these fractions, right? Which is going to be 6, 4 minus 9, and negative 5 over 6 plus x. So x should be equal to 5 over 6. So you get same result, but different approaches. Right. All right, let's do the next one. 1 over 5x minus 1/3, 3 minus x equals 1. Right. Right, so you have two fractions, 1/5, 1/3. So my suggestion to find the least common multiple and multiply the equation both sides, on both sides. Every term should be multiplied by this least common multiple. Okay. I have several students never answer questions. Are you still there? Lei, Chen, okay, Maxwell, Lucia, Allen, Charles. Okay, if you can work out the problems, please show up. All right, good. So first thing you have to do is you multiply both sides by 15. Okay, 15 is a listed multiple. So 15 over 5 is going to be 3. 15 over 3 is a 5. Don't forget the right-hand side is also multiplied by 15. Okay. Then get rid of the parentheses, the 15 plus 5x equals 15. Right? So both sides you see are 15, they're not be canceled because of different sign. So you have 8x minus 15 equals 15. And then you add 15 to the both sides, you get 30, right? Then finally, x is going to be 30 over 8. But that's not simplified. Right? That is going to be 2 times 15, 2 times 4. So the answer is 15 over 4. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. Okay. Good job. Okay, so next one. 1/4 x minus 1/6 x minus 1 equals 2x. Okay, it's similar. Okay, please don't make mistakes. All right, it's a similar idea, right? But there's a list of common multiple may be smaller, you know. Not a, yeah, what is least common multiple? To get rid of 4 and 6. Carly, as you know that, right? You still make computation mistakes. I see all the answers you post here. Some of them are wrong. Okay, pay attention to your computation. Make sure every step you're doing is legal, you know, mathematically correct. Okay, and don't repeat the same time mistakes. Okay, 2x equals 2 is the wrong answer. Yeah. Okay. So you have to simplify. I don't know why Andrew got so big numbers in numerator and denominator. It takes more time to simplify. I never got this big numbers. Probably you do not use a least common multiple to get rid of the fractions. You multiply by both sides by 30, by 24. It's the best way to do is to multiply both sides by 12 because 12 is the least common multiple. Right? So 12 over 4 is going to be 3x. 12 over 6 is going to be 2. And 12 times 2 is 24. Okay. Then you have a 3x minus 2x plus 2 equals 24x, right? And then you have an x plus 2 equals 24x. Then you subtract x from both sides. It's 2 over 24x minus x is going to be 23x. So I never get to a very large number, okay? So x is going to be 2 over 23. 2 over 23 is not going to be 11.5. Also, you turn upside down the fractions now, okay? It's not 23 over 2. It's 2 over 23. I don't know how they get it. Your brain is freaked out. You're close, but for some reason, yeah, we got okay. Right, so let's try the next one. 2 over 5, 10 minus x equals, okay, equals 1 over 10, 5 minus x plus 1. So this is still same type of equations, but with the two fractions involved, right? And the best way to do is to get rid of fractions because it's harder to do addition of two fractions. Yeah. Yeah, if you practice enough, and always work out the problem correctly, and you set up a very solid math background. What we are studying here is algebra, okay? In this course, we're also going to study geometry and number theory. So our next subject will be number theory, okay? So some of you still just finished 5th grade or the 4th grade. Yeah, Andrew always give me the answer quickly. Great job, Andrew. Anyone else can post it. I want to see a couple more. I want to see the same answer. Okay, don't be scared. No, don't worry about it. If you have one, yeah, post it. Okay, Jessica, yeah, post the same answer. But Kelvin Yan post the answer to the previous problem, not this one. Okay. Good job, Candice. Yeah, you're doing well in this class. Okay. All right, so now you multiply both sides by 10. Okay, 10 is the least common factor. Multiple. Okay, so 10 over 5 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And the 10 here is just 5 minus x, right? And plus 10. Every time should be multiplied by 10. Then you have 40 minus 4x equals 5 minus x plus 10. And you can also simplify like this, okay? 15 minus x. So what I'm going to do is I can keep x on the right-hand side, okay? I subtract 15. I subtract step by step, okay? I'm not in big hurry, okay? Subtract 15 from both sides. So I get 25, right? Then I add the 4x to the both sides. I got 3x. So finally, x should be equal to 25 over 3. Let's see what you got. 34 over 3. Now, where's 34 from, you guys? Crystal, Calvin, Andrew. Did you see your mistakes? Good. Okay. Yeah, if you see your mistakes, tell yourself, I don't want to make some mistakes next time. Okay, it's not good. Okay. So let's try a different problem. I hope everybody write the right answer. Okay. So this is going to be 1 over 6 3 minus x minus, okay, 5 over 8 1 minus 2x equals what? Okay, let's try this. No more mistakes. Okay, let's try. So if you can always get the right answer within given time during the class, you're good enough. I always get the right answer, then you probably don't need to do homework. But if you cannot get answer within the given time, or you sometimes get the wrong answers, that means you need more practice. Okay. And once you get an answer, you can post it here. So I want to see who can always put an answer quickly. Yeah, don't make a very large number. Okay, it's a least multiple. List multiple, a list is a least common multiple of 6 and 8 will be 24, I think, right? Yeah, how to get the least common multiple? You have a 6, right? 6 is going to be 2 times 3. 8 is going to be 2 times 4. So you have to have a 3 and 4, right? So the least common multiple is going to be 3 times 4. 3 times 4. Okay, so you multiply both sides by 12, you will get, okay, you will get 2, right? 3 minus x minus, no, sorry. 3 times 4, this, sorry, 3 times 4. Let's see, I'm going to, 12 is not good enough. Okay, to multiply 2 times 3, it should be, that should be 2 here, 24. Okay, we need a 24. Yeah, least common multiple. 24, and here's 4. And then 3 times 5, 3 times 5, 15. And that is 24, okay? So at least the common multiple must contains all the factors you have. So must contain 8, also have to contain 3, so that's why it's 24. Okay. Okay. Then you multiply this out. All of them are integers. It's 12, 4x, 15 here, plus 15 times 2 is 30, right? Okay, we simplify the left-hand side. 12 minus 15 is negative 3. 30 minus 4 is 26. Then you add 3 to the both sides. So you get 27. Then finally, it's going to be 27 over 26. Done. Okay, this is our answer.